Hey everybody, Chris with 90 Living Card Games, back again for another festive game of Marvel Champions. So as I mentioned in the last game with Spectrum, I got my hands on the copy of the German OP cards for Valkyrie and Spectrum. And so I did Spectrum before, and now's a good time to do a Valkyrie deck. So Valkyrie is definitely one that is probably on the bottom tier for most players. Hero design definitely has some problems, but we'll give it a try here. So I'm going to go up against Santa Claus again, which I did last time, but this time I am including the Hectic Holidays encounter set from the MCM Podcast crew. So it has different cards in play, and it's got a naughty and nice mechanic here. So at setup, we've got to include the Secret Santa environment. And it says setup, do not use the standard encounter set for this game. Shuffle cards 6 through 20 of the Hectic Holidays modular set into the encounter deck. Instead, you may include one less modular set than the usual scenario setup. So basically, we're replacing standard, which is brilliant because Valkyrie's Nemesis set is just so brutal for her. And I've just gotten rid of the other one. So this is the only set that I'm going in. No standard, just Hectic Holidays. It says, put a holiday obligation in play under each player's control on the nice side, then flip this card over. All right. Over here, we've got a Yuletide robes attachment onto the villain. It says, permanent attached to the villain, forced to interrupt when the villain activates against you. If you are nice, the villain gets +1 scheme for this activation. If you are naughty, then the villain gets +1 attack for this activation. Well, let's take a look at naughty versus nice, shall we? So nice is an obligation, holiday tree keyword, and permanent. Your hero gets +1 thwart, +1 attack, and +1 defense, and has the nice trait. Forced response after the villain phase begins. If you damage the villain this round, flip this card. And it says at the bottom, all I want for Christmas are some boosted stats. Looking at the naughty side of the obligation, it is also holiday traded. Permanent, you get +1 hand size and have the naughty trait. Forced response after the villain phase begins. If you have not damaged the villain this round, flip this card over. And on this side, all I want for Christmas are some more cards. So basically, we'll either get +1 to all our stats or we'll get an extra card in our hand. So that seems pretty good. So let's see what we got. We got Dragon Pain, we got a Shield Maiden, we got a Concussive Blow, we got a Flight of the Valkyrie, another Concussive Blow, and a Valhalla. All right, so I am doing a Justice one, trying to confuse villains. I got some decent amount of confused tech in here just so I can, Justice helps shore up her thwarting weakness, but then also I can then shore up her weakness of thwarting. So we'll keep Dragon Fang, Concussive Blow, Valhalla. Let's see what else we get. We get an Energy, nice. Annabelle Riggs, and an Endurance. Okay. Okay, so I can't do everything with this hand. I could Concussive Blow. I could play Concussive Blow to confuse him. And then I could get Dragon Fang down. Or I could get Valhalla in and Dragon Fang. And maybe even Annabelle Riggs. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to spend 2 to get Annabelle Riggs in, who I will then exhaust to allow me to look at the top 5 cards in my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick a Valkyrie card and add it to my hand. The only Valkyrie card I have in there is Visit Valhalla. All right, well, we're going to use Visiting Valhalla and Concussive Blow to pay for Valhalla. So after I defeat an enemy that has Death Glow attached, I get to exhaust Valhalla to draw a card and heal one from Valkyrie. And then I'll use Endurance to play Dragon Fang. So that does give me a +1 attack, and it does give Deathglow a +1. That's about all I can do. I'm going to flip up, and I'm going to attack to take the tough off. Because I didn't, and because this says, oh, and in hero form, I do get +1 to all my stats. I don't have piercing or anything, so after villain phase begins, if you damage the villain this round, flip this card. Well, I didn't, so I get to keep my stats for another round. Alright, so let's draw up. We got an Ironheart, a Professor X, an Eros, a Multitasking, and a Have at Thee. I'm going to get one threat on the main. He is coming to attack. I am just going to take it. He's attacking for base 1. Because I'm still in nice form, he doesn't get the boosted attack. So 1 and star, reveal this card. So this is a side scheme. It's going to come in with 4, and I do realize I forgot to deal with the gift thing. So same thing as before. We either put a token on there or we grab a gift. So all right, this so I reveal that card, and then all right, and then this is the encounter card, which is Santa's Elves, a Patrol and Surge. Christmas Chaos. When revealed, flip the holiday obligation. The villain schemes. If you are in naughty form, give the villain an extra boost card for this activation. If you're nice, give the villain a tough status card. Well, I will be a naughty, so he gets to scheme for 2 + 2 boost cards. So 2, 3, 4. Just 4. So somehow I survive in phase 1. All right. So clearly, got to deal with that, but of course I can't do anything about that until Santa's elves are defeated. So, yeah, all right. So I'm going to spend a Have at Thee to put Deathglow on Santa's elves. So now I am attacking for, oh, that's right. I lost my pluses here. So I'm attacking for a base of 3, 4 because it's got Deathglow attached. So I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to attack for 4, which defeats Santa's elves. And Deathglow says, when the enemy is defeated, set this card aside, out of play, and then if Valkyrie defeated that enemy, ready her. Right? And then Valhalla comes into play. Oh, I forgot to take the damage from the attack that I took. So that was just attacking for 1, and then that got revealed. So, all right. So exhaust Valhalla, draw 1 card, and heal 1 damage. So the card I draw is Under Surveillance. And then I heal 1. Yeah, I think we're just gonna do that. I was debating about, I could multitask and get Ironheart out. And then if I multitask, I could take off of both of those. And that could get me 4 off of that if I use 2, 3, 4, or I can get Professor X in to confuse him. So I think I'm going to use Professor X to confuse him. So we're going to go Ironheart, Eros, and Under Surveillance for a Professor X, who is going to come in and confuse the villain. And then he is going to take 3 off. So that takes us down to 3. Oh, that does take a consequential on the Professor. Just debating on how I want to do this. Yeah, I think I'm going to stay up since I've got the Professor as a blocker. And we are going to attack. The other option, because if I attack, next round I'll get added stats. If I don't attack, I will get added stats next turn. I'll get the hand bump this turn. The next turn, I will get the stat bump. So yeah, you know what? Let's do that. I'm going to just thwart for 1. And then I'm going to have Annabelle thwart for 1 off of here as well. And I'm going to hold on to multitasking and ready myself up. This way, so I've got an extra hand size, so I get 6 cards in total. Build support, Wiccan, clear the area, and Chooser of the Slain. So the reason I did that is because that'll be at 2, so if I happen to get a clear the area, I could take care of it. Or multitasking or something like that. So, all right, that is the hero phase. Villain phase begins. I did not damage the villain, so I get to flip this card to the nice side. All right, so we're getting 1 in the main. I'm going to choose to put a counter on the workshop rather than take a present. He is coming to attack. He gets a +1 because nice side, he doesn't get it. But anyway, he's coming in for 1 into the Professor. So 1, 2, 3. Professor goes away, and now we get our encounter set, which is Tinsel the Elf. When Tinsel is engaged with you, your hand size is reduced by 1. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to... Debating here. Do I want... So build support. If I put build support in, would I be able to? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to play Chooser of the Slain to play build support. Comes in with 3. I'm going to use a Wiccan to pay for multitasking. So I'm going to remove 2 threat from a scheme. I will take it from here. And then because I used a mental to pay for it, I get to remove threat from a different scheme. So I will say there. We will clear the area. Oh, that's right. I got to remember, I got my boosted stats at the moment. I'm going to clear the area on build support. So I defeat that. So when defeated, I get to go find a support with a cost of 3 or less and put it into play. So that is likely going to be Quinn Carrier, but let me see what else I've got. I think all the other ones I care about are upgrades. Yep. So we're going to put Quinn Carrier into play for free. All right, we are going to exhaust the Quinn Carrier to put Death Glow on Tinsel. We are going to attack Tinsel, which defeats him. coming in with 5. Deathglow says I get to ready. Valhalla, I get to heal 1, not that I'm damaged, and I get to draw a card, which is genius. And then let's attack. Do I attack the villain? Now, you know what? We're gonna take 2 off of this, since I've got the boosted stats. And then I'm gonna flip on down. And then ready ourselves up. I'm gonna hold on to Genius. I don't have the extra hand size, but I get 6 still, so upside the head. Superpower training, Shield Maiden, Have at Thee, and multitasking. Alright. We're getting 1 on the main. I am going to take a present because I should be getting rid of this turn, so. Oh no, I got to discard resources to do that. Alright, pause real quick. Can I do that? I mean, I could. The question is, do I want to? Nah, I don't want to. We'll just put another counter there. Next turn, I'll start taking the presents. It would come to scheme, but he is confused. Get an encounter card. It is Santa's Elves, Patrol and Surge. Ho, ho, ho! When revealed, reveal the top card of Santa's deck. If you cannot, Santa's sack deck. If you cannot, place an acceleration token on the main scheme. So I am getting a re-gifted candle. So I get -1 thwart. All right. All right. First things first, we're going to exhaust Annabelle Riggs to look at the top 5 cards in my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go find a... Hey, hello, Aragorn. Didn't realize we were playing Lord of the Rings. All right. Let's see. How do we want to do this? All right. Well, first things first. Let's just flip ourselves up. We'll spend Shield Maiden to put Death Glow on Santa's Elves. Do I want to confuse them? So I have a choice. I can either have at thee, and I can blast 7 damage through the elves, dealing into Santa Claus. Otherwise, I can just attack normally, and I'll ready, draw a card, and everything like that. But what I can do then is do a basic attack on Santa Claus, which I can allow me to confuse them. I think I want to do that instead. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to attack Santa's Elves. I am attacking for actually 5 into him because of Death Glow on there. So that defeats Santa's Elves, and when Santa's Elves are defeated, I get to remove 1 package from Santa's Workshop. Oops. And now because I defeated him, I get to ready, and Valhalla says I get to heal a damage and draw a card. Clear the area. So let us do a Genius to get Aragorn out. So I get +4 hit points. And I am now Ariel. I am going to spend my Quinn Carrier to get Superpower Training into play. That comes in with 3. I will then... we are going to attack Santa for 4. And then we are going to use clear the area to play upside the head. So I get to confuse that enemy that I just damaged and attacked. And then, oh, hang on a second. No, I spent have at thee to play upside the head. The reason being I want to use clear the area to spend for multitasking. So because I use mental, I can remove 2 from one and then 2 from another. I'll take it off the main and then superpower training. And then next turn, hopefully clear out superpower training. Ready ourselves up. Drop 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Multitasking Quake, upside the head, a Valkyrie Spear, and Chosen of the Slain. Alright, that is the hero phase. The villain phase begins. I did damage him, so I do have to flip over to my nice side. So I am currently a thwart of 0, attack of 3. Alright, so we are getting 1 on the main. I will continue to give a present. He is coming to attack. I'm just going to take it. I don't care. So he's actually gets a +1 attack because I'm on the naughty side. So he's attacking for 2, 3, 4, 5. Ouch. And now we get an encounter card, which is Season's Beatings. Santa activates against you. If Santa's workshop is on the villainous side, this card gains surge. It is not. So he's attacking me again. You know what? We'll just have Annabelle jump in front of it. I don't need to be... I'm just about through my deck, so I don't really need to dig for more cards. So it's still attacking for 2, 3, 4, 5 again. Just go shove a grad student in front of a attack from Santa Claus. And now it is my turn. We are going to attack for 3. And then I am going to use Valkyrie Spear to play upside the head. After your hero makes a basic attack and damages an enemy, which I did, confuse that enemy. If that enemy is already confused, stun it instead. So he is now stunned and confused. I did that because I want to play Chosen of the Slain for multitasking to take 2 threat away. 1 threat here, 1 threat there. So superpower training, I get to go get a identity-specific upgrade and put it in play. Since Aragorn and Dragonfang is already out, I guess that means that my spear is coming into play. So I now have +1 defense. And don't have enough to pay for Quake, so she's going to stay out. All right. I'm not going to flip down. I'm going to stay up since he's stunned this turn, and I'll flip down maybe next turn. So, do I hold on to Quake? Sure, I'll hold on to Quake. So I get +1 hand size, so I am a 6 hand size. So I'm going to deck this turn. A Strength, Have at Thee, Flight of the Valkyrie, Nick Fury, and a Skilled Investigator. All right, that does deck me out, so I'm going to get an extra encounter card there. All right, so we are getting 1 on the main. I am going to take a present. It is Stark Industries Mistletoe. Attach your identity, reduce your maximum ally limit by 1. Well, that's fine. This isn't a huge ally deck, so I don't care. Right, he would come to attack, but he is stunned. And now we get our 2 encounter cards. First one is Shadow of Santa. This is one from Hectic Holidays. When revealed, shuffle your set-aside Nemesis encounter set into the encounter deck. If you are nice, the villain schemes. If you are naughty, the villain attacks you, even if you are in alter ego form. Ooh, this is a problem. Because now it means Valkyrie's horrific encounter set is in the encounter deck. I was really hoping not to have this one come up, since Shadows of the Past was... On the bright side, it's just the cards are in there, so they don't... So the villain and the side scheme won't come out at the same time. But still, it's rough. And now Santa Claus is going to attack me. All right. Okay, I'm just going to take it. He's hitting for 2. I'm still doing good. So 2, 3, 4, and there's Enchantress. Okay. Not going to complain about not seeing her now. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, second encounter card is Candy Canes attached to Santa Claus. He gains Retaliate 1, and then after you make a basic attack against him, spend an energy and a physical resource to discard this card. That's not fun, because he also is hitting for +1. Are we in rush mode now? Maybe. Maybe. All right, well, my turn. So first things first, let's get Nick Fury out. So 1, 2, 3. Sure, Skill Investigator 4 to get Nick Fury out, which draws me 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. I got a Visit Valhalla, Eros, and a Have at Thee. Okay, so 4. Yeah. The problem, so I'm looking, so I've got 2 Have at Thees in my hand. So the problem is, of course, his next form comes in with toughness. So if I were to, he's only at 5, so I could put Deathglow on him. Or actually, I can attack and Nick Fury can attack and take him out. But then there's no point because then of playing Have at Thee because, well, he'll be tough. So, okay. So I think instead we're going to go 1, 2, 3 to play Have at Thee. So I deal 7 damage to an enemy. So that takes Santa down. All right, so going to phase 2. Comes in with 18 hit points and toughness. Oops. And then when revealed, first player reveals the top card of the gift deck. So that is, I get -1 hit point. All right, so I don't think that takes my hit points away. I don't honestly know if, because when you get endurance, when you get a plus hit points, you add hit points to yourselves. But -1 hit point is the maximum size. Do I have to take a damage for that? Because I'm still okay. I don't know. Oh, and comes in with toughness. Let's see here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to have Nick Fury attack to take the tough status off. That takes 2 because of retaliate. Then I am going to attack for 3. 1, 2, 3. And I take 1 and retaliate. And then I'm going to flip down. And then I'm going to play Visit Valhalla, return a Valkyrie card from your discard pile to your hand. I'm going to return that Have At Thee card I just played. So, and I'm going to call that good and ready everything up. I'm going to keep both Have At Thees, and I'm still on the naughty list, so I get +1 hand size, so I get to have 7 cards. So 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So in theory, I have 16 points of damage, or 14 points of damage in my hand, plus my basic attacks. So, all right, villain phase. So because I did damage to him, I do have to flip him over to the nice side. So I will get added stat boost. We get 1 here. You know, we're going to do Santa's Workshop. We're going to put it up to 4. So now there are 3 or more tokens on it than the number of players. Remove all tokens and flip this card over. So now, when revealed, deal each player an encounter card. That's not ideal, but okay. After a workshop token is placed here, place threat on the main scheme equal to the number of workshop tokens here. All right, he would scheme, but he is confused. So now we're just dealing with 2 encounter cards. First is Leading the Crowd. When revealed, the villain in each minion engaged with you attacks your hero. If no attack was made this way, flip your holiday obligation to its nice side, which it is, and the villain schemes. Right, so he is scheming for 2 plus 1 because I'm nice. So 3 star, place 1 token on Santa's Workshop. All right, so we're going to get 1 on here, which causes us to go put 1 here. And then he's scheming for 3, so that takes him up to 6. Okay. Then we get Not Holiday Elves. So we got a Dark Elf. 1 scheme, 1 attack, 4 hit points. Both scheme and attack have star. If you are naughty, the minion gets +2 attack. If you are nice, the minion gets +2 scheme. And when defeated, shuffle this minion into the encounter deck, then flip your nice obligation to the naughty side. They don't look like Santa's helpers. But the important thing is he is not a guard or patrol. So end of the turn, Nick Fury goes away. We are going to flip ourselves up. Nope. Well, I would have enough. Let me just see if it's... I'm trying to see if I can clear the board of the Not Holiday Elves. Because if I put Death Glow on it, Have At Thee gains overkill. So I would go 3 through. Then I'd have enough to do it again. That would be 10. But I'm only swinging for 4 base. So no, I would not have enough to do it, unfortunately. So we're going to just have to do it the good old-fashioned way. So we are going to do 1, 2, 3 for a Have At Thee, attacking Santa Claus, dealing 7 damage. We're going to do Quinn Carrier. Oh, and I take 1 from Retaliate. We're going to do Quinn Carrier, Flight of the Valkyrie, and Concussive Blow to play the other Have At Thee. And I take 1 from Retaliate. And then I wish I had 1 more resource that I could put Death Blow on Santa Claus just for fun. But 4 points of damage coming from Valkyrie. There we go. Valkyrie defeated St. Nicholas. Santa Claus has been defeated by the Norse guardian of death, or of the dead, or whatever Valkyrie is with the lore. All right, so once again, those heroes ruined Christmas by taking out Santa Claus. As D20 Woodworking might say, Valkyrie is the GOAT, so it was really no challenge. In all seriousness, I mean, this is silly and fun. Valkyrie is fine in multiplayer. Solo, she's just no. Her stat line is bad. Deathglow is overcosted. The fact that it costs, kind of like Spectrum was before, where it's like she's good. Spectrum is better than Valkyrie, but Spectrum suffers from the, hey, we don't have you can't change forms on command. Valkyrie kind of is doing the rogue thing where it's like, oh, you put an attachment on an enemy and you can get a benefit from it. But it costs money to do that. And I mean, yeah, you get a ready out of her, so I understand how you don't want to make it a zero cost so you can't like just chain it along, but oh man, it just her kit is just weird. It's not great. A 1-2-1 stat line. I mean, yeah, she gets a +1. She can, with both of these out, she can get up to a 1-3-2, which is good. She comes in with 12 hit points. Aragorn gives her up to 16. I don't know. She's clunky. Multiplayer, where there are other people that can worry about things, great. Go to town, take a aggression, just go to town, go to face on all these minions and whatever. Great. Solo, she gets really hard. And then the other thing is she has probably the single most brutal Nemesis set in the game. And not only does, Nemesis sets are usually good for taking away what the heroes like to do, but the problem is with her is not only does it take away what she wants to do, it also, she doesn't have good counters to it. Enchantress and that side scheme are so hard, can be so hard for her to get out. There have been a couple of games I played with her where it has become impossible. I think there was one, I think it was playing her in the Sinister Six or something, where it was like, you can't thwart side schemes. And I couldn't deal with, you can't take out Enchantress, you can't deal with the side. It was awful. So anyway, Valkyrie is fun, but she is definitely not going to see my table very much ever as a solo player. But I do love the new alt art card for her, so that's why I had to get her on the table. Got to have some more fun with a holiday themed game. As always, thank you for watching. If you like it, hit the like button. You want to see more, go ahead and click on the subscribe button. As always, thanks for watching. Have a great holiday season, everybody, and we'll catch you again soon with either some Marvel Champions or some Earthborn Rangers. Have a great day, everybody.